going in to pat the pussycat.
Why?
Because my husband's a sweetie. For our 9th anniversary.
Oh.
I've done my job. What I'll do, mate, because I've got that set up there, we'll just swap over, get some individual shots. And then what was your name, sorry, again?
Kylie.
And then Kylie can come in and pat these two, and I'll take, what was your name, mate?
David.
David over to meet Tansy. All right, just swap over, mate, and we'll get some pictures here for you.
Whose video camera is it?
This is Kylie's video. To meet Tansy. All right.
Oh,
Yeah, mate,
beautiful
if you want to
there.
come in with me.
Just a moment. Smile.
I've got like 15 shots in, so you've got to get one good one out of them. I know I'm a crap photographer, but I think the cameras nowadays
Do you have any questions for our way at any time?
sort of
you
make
can
it a bit
nervous.
nervous.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, mate, you come over and just have a chat to Tansy.
So their spots would be like our fingerprints,
Yeah,
or you
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, just by looking at the differences between Roby and Chelsea here, he's very spread out. He mainly has all large spots. She's got small and large and the tiny ones in between. And if you look at Tansy, she's basically got, she's much more spread out, but not as spread out as Roby here as well. So Roby's the lightest, Tansy, and then Shasta is the darkest.
Right.
And then the way I tell them apart
And
is
is that
just,
as thick as it looks at the back? Is that a...
no, that's remnants of his juvenile mate. You can see how this is slightly thicker here as well.
Yep.
Basically, they're covered in that when they're cubs. You've probably seen in documentaries and things like
Yeah.
that. Mum with the cheetah cubs have got all this really long fur.
Yeah, yeah.
And what she'll do when she's out hunting, she'll hide them in like little grassy areas such as this,
Yeah.
so they blend in very, very
Oh,
well.
okay, yeah.
And when she comes back, she'll just do these little chirps and they all come running out, a bit like a little bird.
Basically when cheetah fawn, or especially these three, what they do is after they've had food, they'll sit down, or they'll sit down or lay down and they'll lick each other clean in the face. So by doing more skills...
So what brings you to meeting a cheetah today?
Oh, I actually saw it on
having a little bit of a bonding session with him.
it's a show that I switched on to, and there's some guy with really long hair. And in that, it came on with the Canberra one. This is while we're in Darwin.
Okay.
And I've just been talking to my husband about it continually, and he got it for me as a surprise for
Oh,
our
that's
anniversary.
great.
But
Potentially, as it is today...
I've always fostered kittens from the RSPCA, and I just love cats.
You see a duke ball there?
Wow.
Bit bigger than...
Yeah, it was a bit bigger.
When you breed cheetah, you have to separate males and females because they're generally a solitary animal in the wild, having ranges up to 4 or 5 million square kilometres. And what they do is they live a fairly solitary.
And so would you scratch them under the chin like we would a
You can
normal
do that.
cat?
Territory.
Don't mind?
Yeah,
And
she's fine. Roby loves it underneath the chin. He'll probably arc up.
Okay.
So yeah, he loves it. That's probably his favourite spot actually.
That can bring them into season. And then they can breed. So as it is, keeping them in a little sort of bonded group like this tends to make them not breed. In fact, it was only up until about 15 years ago that cheetah started being bred successfully in captivity because people thought the breed.
The ears are really pretty, aren't they?
That wasn't the right thing to do.
They got that darker patch. Not really sure why that is. The darker patch behind their ears, but the dark sort of tear which runs down from their corner of their eye down into their mouth is basically the same way as like American footballers and baseballers use that black underneath their eye to keep the glare away.
Yep.
Because these guys are diurnal hunters and their eyesight is very more in tune to daytime hunting. They've got very poor night eyesight, so they can actually see probably people walking around on that telescope tower.
Oh,
up there
really? Wow.
very clearly. So about 5Ks.
Do you want to come in and say hello to Shasta? No? Alright, I'll tell you what, we might swap over, mate.
Yeah.
because David here is having a bit of a crappy stack session. Thought you'd have to go and meet a cheetah. Yeah. That's the way. Are you from Canberra?
And how do you feel about this touching experience?
Oh, I think it's unreal. There should be more of it. It's just divine.
It's a good experience. I mean, I would do it again.
Yeah.
It's like I was a bit tempted to take one of those bears home as well. But
Realistically, you've got more chance of getting a bite off a dog than you have off one of these guys. These guys at the very worst, because they're quiet animals, at the very worst.
so what's this in comparison? Because they were born in Australia, weren't they, these guys? No?
All of our cheetahs have come from South Africa.
So
the-
the climate of now, for them, is it a big change?
It's very similar, the climate of Africa. High temperatures, they also get frosts as well. So it's very, very similar, but saying that doesn't, just because they're from a hot climate doesn't mean they enjoy the heat.
Yep.
So as you can see, like they're crashed out, they really sort of,
Yeah.
they do struggle on these warmer days. You know, as you can see her, she's breathing quite heavily, just trying to cool herself down, oxygenating the blood, so she's obviously not in the calmest state she could be in. So she's obviously basically ready, if something did happen,
Yeah.
she's ready to basically run away straight away.
Okay, yeah. And do these guys swim at all?
They hate the water.
Oh, okay.
Tigers, I think jaguars, and like all your small little sort of Asian fishing cats,
Yeah.
they're the exceptions. They sort of love the water. All the other cats really hate it. You've done a perfect job there. So now her head's on the ground where it was up before, so she's calmed herself even more down.
1,000 years ago, Nellie became extinct due to an ice age, and because of that, they have really close genetic bloodlines.
And how long do these cats stay with their babies for?
About 15 to 18 months.
Not as adapted to educate the farmers not to shoot them, but to pull the breeding centre so the breeding centre can come out and collect them, where they either relocate them or add them to their breeding population.
You said there's a reason that you pat their head.
After these guys have their food, they'll basically go and groom themselves, so they'll have a big grooming session,
Yep.
licks around the face, so this is obviously a very good bonding exercise. So it's what you're doing there is fairly similar to what they'd be doing when they're cleaning.
Let's get pretty close to time, mate.
Can I take one home?
Can you take one home?
Yeah.
Yeah, go nuts.
Oh, adorable. So do you come in at night when they're really active and play with them?
Generally no. First thing in the morning, but generally through the summer months it's just too hot. They don't want to play anyway.
Okay, yeah.